Good morning once again. It's your friend Confused Canuck, and we got another reply video here, and it's going to be a bit of a longer one.
Why do you always make such horrible decisions in horror movies? It's not cool to split up.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold the phone here. Isn't it always the black people that die first in the horror movie? I mean, isn't that by default mean white decisions are better? I mean, come on, really, come on.
Why do you freak out when black people are cast to play white fictional characters?
What's the big deal if Idris Elba plays James Bond? I would go see it twice.
Why is a big butt and big lips considered attractive on a white woman, but they're unattractive on a black woman?
A couple quick questions to return. Are you a lesbian? Because if you're not, I don't know how you figure out what's attractive on a female to a male or to a lesbian. And second of all, women aren't made up exclusively of big butts and big lips. These features are just two aspects of someone's body, and based on the other characteristics of that body, these things will either work or they won't work. That's the whole thing, man. I don't understand what's so complicated.
Do y'all really think Miley is the one who created twerking? Really?
Why am I supposed to teach you how to twerk? I don't know how to twerk.
I mean, who cares? You're asking us about twerking? I mean, don't you have anything better to ask? I mean, why are you wasting my time with this nonsense?
Why is it that white people always act as though they have discovered a new trend when people of color have been doing it for virtually years?
What the hell are with these questions? To discover something means that you find something out that's new to you. Is it really that surprising that they tell all their quote-unquote white friends about it if no one's ever discovered it? And not only that, are you telling me black people have never discovered anything that white people have been doing and then pass it around? I mean, you're being ridiculous now. This is just stupid.
Why is it when a black woman wears her hair natural, it's seen as inappropriate, but when a white woman does, it's praised?
No one in today's PC, Twitter-related environment says black hair on a woman that's natural is inappropriate. What they might say is that a specific person's hair is inappropriate for the environment. If it looks unkempt, if it looks like nothing's been done to it. But that's true for black people, white people, Asian people. I mean, when I get out of bed, I have to do my hair. I have to put gel in it. I have to make the front little things spike up. And I have a brush cut, and it's one of the easiest haircuts to take care of. I still have to maintain it to go into the office and look professional. If I didn't, I look like I'd get out of bed. And guess what? That would be inappropriate.
This is the hair that I was born with, so you wearing it as a trend is not cute.
Okay, fair enough. That's the hair you're born with, and it's not cute for other people to wear it as a trend. Okay, fair enough. But I'm wondering, when will you be going over to black women and telling them not to wear hair weave because that's the hair white people were born with, and it's not cute for them to wear it as a trend? Oh, you're not? Why doesn't that make you a hypocrite? Oh, yeah.
Why is it that white crime is seen as an isolated incident, but black crime is a representation of my entire community?
So, my quick and dirty answer is that it's not. And that's because not all crimes are seen as quote-unquote black crimes. Let's think about serial killers. Guess what? Most, if not all, are white. Let's look at school shootings. Typically, it's a white person. So when we look at these particular crimes, it's an indication of white society, and generally if a black person did it, it would seem to be an isolated incident.
When we see a story on TV about a white serial killer, I don't automatically assume that all white people must be serial killers too.
Except that now you're changing your argument. Now you're talking about individuals, whereas before you were talking about groups. And that's really, really important because while a certain group may perform a certain crime at a higher rate than another group, for example, rich people committing securities fraud versus poor people, that doesn't mean that every rich person is going to be a fraudster.
Why does talking about race make you feel so uncomfortable?
Gee, I wonder who makes racial conversation uncomfortable. Who could that possibly be? Who are these people?
Is it because you think that you'll be perceived as racist if you talk about race?
Absolutely. And I wonder what type of people would make those sorts of accusations.
You don't really believe that racism is over because we have a black president, do you?
No, that's just silly. But it'd be equally silly to simply dismiss the event as having no effect either. I mean, if the United States can elect a black president, it means progress is being made in the realm of racism. It's not anywhere as strong as it was, hell, even in the 90s.
Why is it so easy for you to notice when there are no white people around, but you hardly ever notice when there are no black people around?
Well, it's because of the demographics of your country. Black people make up around 13% of the population, and whites are around 63%, I believe. So it's a fairly rare event when there aren't any white people around, but it's a fairly common event not to have a black person around. And common events are not memorable and noteworthy, really. Rare events are.
Why is your goal to be colorblind?
And there's so many different types of people in the world, yet you can't see color?
So you bitch and moan and complain about white people being racist all the time, and then when they take steps to try to be less racist, you're going to say, "Why are you doing that? I don't understand." What the fuck?
Why do you want to say the N-word so badly?
Well, we don't, but how the fuck would you know what white people want anyways? You're not white. It'd be like me going around claiming I know what black people want. People would call me a fucking asshole, and they'd be right to do it. You fucking asshole.
I don't use it. What makes you think you can?
Why?
Oh yeah, that's right, because everyone should base their speech off what you think is appropriate. That's a great idea.
Why do you always want to touch our hair?
No, we don't always want to touch your hair, just most of the time. I mean, come on.
Who told you it was okay to touch people without their permission?
Why?
Who told black people it was okay to steal my liquor? Oh wait, that's a racist question? Oh. I thought that was perfectly acceptable. I mean, you're asking exactly the same sort of thing. Doesn't that sort of make you the racist?
Why do you feel like having one black friend makes you a cultural expert or not a racist?
You might want to ask your coworker there, the person who's on the video with you, why she's an expert on being white even though she's black.
Is your only black friend comfortable with being the reason why you can't be racist?
Well, the question isn't if you're a racist or not, it's to what degree you are a racist. And if you have a black friend, it usually demonstrates you're not a frothy at the mouth KKK leader.
That logic, then I'm not racist. I have a ton of white friends.
No, but it means that you don't hate white people and you don't avoid them.
Why do you feel comfortable cursing at your parents?
Well, probably because white people and black people have different cultures. To me, it's not a big deal at all.
How come you can't pronounce black names like Kuvanjane, but can say names like Schwarzenegger, Galifianakis, and LaBeouf just fine?
Yeah, you're right. I have difficulty pronouncing black cultural names. The same way I have issues pronouncing Thai cultural names, Russian cultural names, Pakistani cultural names, Mongolian cultural names, Turkish cultural names. It seems like it's not really about the race of the individual, but whether that name is common to North America and or if the phonetic rules of the name are kind of weird. That's the core issue.
Why do you feel like all lions' lives matter, but black lives don't?
Are you really comparing a political movement to a viral video or a viral event? And saying because one got more hits, it's more important than the other one? Can't be that stupid, can you?
Why is it so hard for you to acknowledge your privilege?
I think it's fairly safe to say that most white people, by most white people I mean a very high percentage of white people, accept the concept that whites have far more advantages in today's society than black people do. And I don't think it's hard for them to admit it. What the problem is when people take this fact and then they use that to validate any claim of oppression from a black person.
How does it feel to not be the spokesperson for your entire race at any given time?
Must be nice.
So let me get this straight. You don't want opportunities to change people's minds. You would just rather be left alone? Thanks again for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, share with your friends, or comment. It is very much appreciated. Have a great one.